What happens when you know exactly what you want? Have you ever noticed most people don't actually know what they want? They know what they don't want. I don't want to be broke. That's what they say. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to hate my job. But when you ask them, okay then, so what do you want? They freeze. And that's not a small problem. That's the whole problem. Because when you're not clear, life doesn't get kinder. It gets louder. So today, I want to tell you a true story from my life. And I'll show you what happens when you know exactly what you want, what you really, really want. I came to the United States in 2007. No English, new culture, new rules, new everything. And I'll be honest with you, even today, years later, I still don't understand everything. But here is the funny part. A lot of people born here don't understand everything either. They just hide it better. They act confident, but they are confused too. One of the first things I loved about America was the semi-trucks, the big rigs. I would see those big trucks flying down the highway and I would just stare. The sound, the power, the look. And I remember thinking, man, one day I'm going to drive one of those trucks. The dream sits, but it never dies. Here's what a lot of people don't yet understand. Your dream doesn't die because time passes. Your dream dies when you stop feeding it. And for years, that dream just sat there. Life happened. Work happened. Bills happened. Right? But the vision never left me. Because the truth is, when something is for you, it keeps calling you. Fast forward 2014. I finally started my CDL school. So it took me about 2 months to go through driving school. But I wasn't doing it full time because I was working at FedEx at the time. So I went to school part time. And if you've ever tried to chase a dream while working a job, you know what that feels like. You're tired, you're busy, and everybody has an opinion. And it took me about 2 months to go through the school, through my training and testing to get my CDL, which I passed right away. Not because I was the smartest guy in the room, but because I had something most people don't have. I was clear. The big lie that got planted. But let me tell you what almost stopped me. You guess it. Fear almost stopped me. I started hearing stories from instructors and other people. Drivers die out there. Accidents happen. Stress is crazy. Danger is everywhere. And after a while, I started to feel it. Not because it was happening to me, but because it was being replayed in my mind like a movie. And I realized something that changed my life. That fear was not born inside me. It was planted inside me. It was a big lie that grew because I watered it with attention. So if you really want to know what was the lesson that I've learned in my process, I learned to create a mind diet. It is simple and yet powerful. And this is where a lot of people get fooled. They think life changes when they get more money, or when they get the right connections, or when the economy improves, right? No. Your life starts changing when you start controlling what you allow into your mind. Because your mind has a diet. And if you feed it junk, guess what? It will produce junk. If you feed it fear, you're right. It will produce hesitation. If you feed it doubt, it will produce excuses. So here is my rule. If it is negative and it doesn't help you move forward, don't let it into your mental system. Not because you are weak, but because you are serious. Now, let me answer the title of this video. What happens when you know exactly what you want? Number one, you stop negotiating with distractions. You stop negotiating with yourself. You don't need motivation every day. You have direction. Number two, you start making decisions faster because you're not guessing anymore. You're aiming. You know the way. Number three, fear. Fear becomes a passenger, not the driver. And that's what happened for me. I didn't become a truck driver because life was easy. I became a truck driver because the vision was clear. I knew exactly what I wanted. So here is my challenge to you. In the comment, type, what do you want? Exactly. What do you want? Not, oh, I want more money. No, no, no. I want to know how much and by when. Not a better job. What job? Doing what? Not a better life. What does that look in real life in detail for you? Because vague goals gives vague results, but having a clear vision creates real outcomes. Subscribe if this hits you. I'm going to keep it real with you, and I'm going to help you build a life you can actually respect and be proud of. Thank you.